Hey everyone, today I'm doing a video on Gua Sha. So I'm going to show you my routine of how I do it. So Gua Sha is a facial treatment that involves scraping a flat jade or a rose quartz stone over the skin in upward strokes to relax stiff muscles and promote tissue drainage. Using my Garnier lavender facial oil, and I'm using this to help the bald run smoothly across my skin. Also, it's a benefit of nourishing and moisturising your skin. So I'm just applying a few drops onto my face and also rubbing it into my neck. So it's really important that you use an oil, a serum or a moisturiser before you use your Gua Sha. So you'll need to remember to hold your tool at a 45 degrees angle, and you're going to scrape against the skin in an upwards and outwards motion. So I'm starting from my neck, so I'm sort of starting from my kind of collarbone and I'm working my way up towards my jaw. And I'm doing this about 5 to 10 times. I like to do 10. So you want to make sure that you are holding your tool flat as you pull it up. You may notice depuffing on the jawline, under the eyes or the forehead. The reason that facial Gua Sha reduces puffiness is due to the drainage of lymph out of the face and the neck. So at the end of each stroke you want to give a little wiggle to help release the tension. So it's up to you how often you want to use Gua Sha, but I do a full routine once a week. So I'm then moving on to the other side of my neck and again doing my 10 strokes and then wiggling it as I get to the top of my jaw. So I prefer rose quartz rather than jade scraper tools, so that's why I have a natural rose quartz stone. So I'm taking the notch end of my tool and I am starting from the bottom of my neck and scraping upwards until we reach the jaw. So again, I'm doing this 10 times. I find the neck is a really relaxing place to massage, so it's a great place to start. So the reason I've really been into Gua Sha lately is because it relaxes tension in your facial muscles, which can cause lines. It's kind of like an exercise for your face. So with regular use, Gua Sha can tone your skin and promote the blood circulation. So this next bit was quite hard to film, but I'm showing you how to do the back of my neck, which feels amazing. It really does release a lot of tension. So I just want to start on the back and drag it slowly upwards and into the hairline, and then give it a wiggle when you hit that muscle. So this next tool I'm using is a natural rose quartz hair comb. So this is another kind of Gua Sha method, and this is specifically for my hair. So I'm starting at the front root of my hair and I'm basically pulling it back and then wiggling at the end. So I'm not taking it too far, but this just feels really good. And this is really great for sort of stimulating your scalp. So it kind of promotes healthy hair and hair growth. So if you're someone that loves playing with your hair, then you will love using a scraping comb. It feels really great on the hair. So I'm also moving on to the sides of my head as well. So obviously you can do this with your hair down if it's easier. So the hair comb is a lot simpler to use than the Gua Sha facial tool. So once I've done my neck and my scalp, I then move on to my face. So I'm starting with my jawline. So I'm taking the notch end and I'm starting at my chin and I'm basically pulling it up towards my ear, and then when we reach that muscle at the top, we then will wiggle it. This honestly feels amazing on the jawline. It's just such a good sort of facial massage to give yourself. So if you do this full routine at home, you should notice results within a few weeks or almost instantly. It sort of will lift your face and get rid of any sort of puffiness. And even when I was watching this video back while I was editing, I just found it actually so therapeutic and relaxing to watch. So as you will see from my previous video, that a rose quartz roller is a lot easier to use. I think Gua Sha is a little bit more complicated, but it's actually really easy to learn. So there are different shapes of a Gua Sha facial tool, so make sure you sort of have a look at the different sort of shapes you can get. I absolutely love this one. I feel like it fits my face perfectly. So after I've done 10 on each side of my jaw, I'm then going to move on to my cheekbones. So I'm taking the flat end of my scraper tool, and I'm going to be putting this against my nose and then scraping this along, so until we meet the temple. So you should start to notice an increase in the blood flow to the surface of the skin. So obviously this is increased circulation, and you don't want to put too much pressure though on, so make sure you are being gentle as you are scraping. So I like to work quite slowly with my tool, and obviously depending on your face shape you might want to work on a few areas of your cheek, but I find that this is perfect. I feel like it hits my kind of cheeks, my jawbone, and kind of contour areas. So remember that we are trying to get rid of lymphatic drainage, so the direction of the lymphatic pathways on the face are from the center of the face out towards the hairline, so we want to move all the way to the hairline. So rose quartz is known to be the crystal of unconditional love, making it the perfect crystal for the self-loving ritual of Gua Sha facial massage. Rose quartz has been used for centuries to repair, de-stress and decongest complexions. So now moving on to my under eyes, I'm going to be taking the notch end, and as you can see I am just dragging it across my face into the temple. So just very simple to do. We are following that line, and I just love working underneath my eyes because it's kind of an area I struggle with a lot. So I'm doing this 10 times on each side, and I do notice a difference the more often I do this. It does help my blood circulation underneath there. So I actually find this technique a lot more effective than any under eye creams I've used. So it kind of makes sense that you're actually kind of moving the fluid underneath the skin. It does wonders for getting rid of puffiness or under eye discoloration, as it removes excess fluid and improves the blood flow. So the skin around our eyes is actually really thin, so this is why the pigmentation can show through a lot more. So you do want to be gentle when you are scraping, because we don't want to increase like any bruising to the skin. So whether I've got time for a full routine, always daily, I'll always do underneath my eyes. I just feel like this is something I really need to do. So yeah, I always make time for the under eye area. So I'm now moving on to my forehead area, and I'm working on the brow bone. So I'm just giving it like a brow lift here. So I'm just lifting up the brow, and then again going all the way to the top of my forehead, and then giving a wiggle. So again, I'm doing this 10 times on each side. So for a full routine like this, it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. And also I find if you have a headache or neck pain, this really does help to scrape on the skin. So you want to remember to always push in an upward motion, because obviously we are pushing fluid. So my Gua Sha tool is a natural rose quartz that is sourced from Brazil, and this is from Bellalicia Beauty. So you want to be careful when you purchase online if your stones are real. Especially with eBay, they sell a lot of fake like rose quartz rollers. It's basically glass that's been dyed. So yeah, you want to be careful what is real and what's not. So it's good to invest in a high quality tool. So once I finish that area, so taking the notch side, I'm going over my brow bone. So I'm just following the natural shape of my brow. So as you can see, you actually cover a lot of your eyelid space by doing this as well. So I feel like not only does this stimulate the brows, but also we are getting right into that kind of eyelid shape. So I feel like this is really great for the eye area. So this is another favourite area I like to work on, is again the eyelids. It just feels really great here. It's nice to wake up in the morning as well if you are tired. This is something that really does wake you up. So I really did enjoy creating this video. I absolutely love holistic beauty therapy. It's something that can be done at the own comfort of your own home. So yeah, leave me a comment, subscribe, like the video, leave me any suggestions of any more of these types of skincare videos you would like me to do. So I kind of prefer Gua Sha than rose quartz rolling, just because it feels really firm on the skin. The scraping effect honestly does feel like it's relieving a lot of tension in my face. But I do like my rose quartz roller for a daily basis. It's something quick that I can roll on my face, and the routine is a lot more simpler to that. So I like to do the middle of my forehead to finish off with. So I just take the flat end and I just stroke up, just so we're really getting in between that middle forehead. Honestly, after I've done this routine, my skin feels amazing. It feels so refreshed and relaxed. So I highly recommend doing Gua Sha if you have the time to. So I like to finish off with my natural rose quartz eye mask, and this is great because the coolness and the heaviness of it really does help reduce any kind of puffiness or tiredness that my eyes are kind of feeling. So this is a great way to finish off my Gua Sha. I hope you enjoyed this video.